Hey coding house, welcome back to the channel. This video we are going to talk about practical 6 in your YCMOU list. Now here as you can see they have asked us to create the database and enter the sample data which is for the weather details, and then we have got around 6 questions. So if we study this, it says ID, temperature, city, and precipitation, wind, humidity, and what date this was recorded. So, and if you see the question, the question is like show the highest temperature for the city of Mumbai for month of January 2016 and list the temperature for the city of Mumbai and Delhi in order of their humidity from lowest to highest. So, what is the first thing required is we have to create this database and so on. So what I have done is I have installed Postgres. I will give you the link for installing Postgres in your description so you can check it out from there. For now, I am creating a new database. Let me call it as YCMOU practical. So let me call it as or SIM5, and I keep it like that and I save it. Now, if I want to run a script here, what I have done is I have designed a script which will create that table, as well as also it will insert the data into that particular table. So we have got the weather details, we have got ID, temperature of float, city, precipitation, wind, humidity, and date. And I have got random records here. So I will run this script and I will show you how you can create those tables. So let me go back to Postgres after I copy this, and I will just open my query tool, paste my records, select everything, and execute. Once I execute my script, you will see that in my schemas, I have received a table. Inside my table, a weather table is created. If I right click and say show me all the rows, it is showing me all my records which are added, which these are all random records which I have generated. Now what am I going to do is let's create our Java application and get this started. For writing with our Java code, I have installed IntelliJ. Let me open that quickly and show you how we can do this. So here I am going to create a new project. Okay, I'm going to create a new project, and let me shift my folder here. I will shift to, let's see if I have a YCML folder somewhere. Okay, I will quickly just create a new folder. You can select wherever you want. These are advanced Java practicals. Okay. And not here for me. Let me select first the base folder. So I want, just bear with me for a minute. I'll create wherever you want. So it will be like YCML advanced Java. Okay. I'll create my practical like this, and let me call it as JDBC practicals. My project name is JDBC practicals. Okay. Then I want to make it a Maven project. So here in my architecture type, I'm going to select quick start. I'm going to select my quick start project, and let me create a Git repo out of it so that when I'm done with this, I will push it. Uh, in my advanced settings, I'll say it's my package name is .com.code. With that, you can select whatever you want here. So this way, once you create this, I want to do it this in a new window. So this will create my project. It's a Maven based project, so I will have to bring in, see. So if you see the structure of the project, it is an SRC. Here in my main, I have got the file plus I have got the test files here. So this is my main, and here I have got app.java from where I can do my this is where I can write my code. What I need to do now is I need to go to a file called as pom.xml and import the dependency for the jar file. The jar file dependency I need is for PostgreSQL now. So what will I do here is I can try and go to mavenrepository.com, mvn repository. I want for Postgres. So I will see. Maven repository is like a play store when you're dealing with the Maven based project, and I want to search for PostgreSQL JDBC drive. Yeah, Postgres JDBC. I can just go there and add it, and this is something which it is added up from there. So I pick up. I take the latest version. I will just copy this code from here. Go back to my pom.xml and paste it under the dependency. See the location. This was my pom.xml. I already had a dependency for JUnit. Below that, before my dependencies is ending, I am adding one more dependency here and I load it. See, you go back to left side, select on Maven and reload the project. So that way, that dependency will be added into your project. Now, so this way my setup is done. What will I do is I will give you the link for installing IntelliJ, Postgres, and the Maven repository in the description box. You can check it out from there. And here in my SRC or in my main directory, I am creating a new directory. Let me call it as resources. Okay, let me call it as resources. And inside my resources, I am going to create my script.sql. I'll call this as script.sql. The reason behind adding this into script.sql is now that when I push this to the Git repository, you will be able to just copy this from there straight away. Okay. So one resource I have added up here. Second is yeah, that is fine. You can just pick up this script.sql from here. Let us solve the first question. Show the highest temperature for the city of Mumbai for the month of January 2016. So how will I write the code for this? So let's say I go back to my code. I'll take up the first practical. Let's say highest temperature. In my highest temperature example, what am I going to do is first, let us create simple execution here. So I say this is, I'll write it inside my main method. And inside my main method, I will also write my try catch block. And so I will just write my basic stuff first. So e.print stack trace. I have to write certain things like first, what is my URL? So URL for my database is what? JDBC colon PostgreSQL colon localhost 5432, and the name of my database here is YCMOU. Just cross check the name of your database before moving ahead. So it is what? YCMOU underscore SEM5. So I say YCMOU underscore SEM5, and then string user is Postgres, string password for me is admin. Okay, and then string okay, the URL was already created here for me. Then I will say what's for those things first. These are the basic required things. Then I'll say class dot for name com dot org dot postgre dot driver. So this is the driver class which I need to load. Then I say connection con. So for connection, I need to import that connection. So it's coming from java.sql. So connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection for a URL, user, and password. Get that connection. Let me start with my query. So I'll say string query is equal to, now select, obviously select max off. Now if you check my data, what does it say? Temp plus I have got Mumbai. And then what is the other requirement they have given? For the month of January 2016. So there are two, three conditions. Now see, how will I check that out? So for doing that, I can first construct my query here. I can simply say select. Okay, I don't want to go there. I will just open my query tool and here I'll say select max of temp from weather where city is equal to Mumbai. Okay. So if I execute this, it will say 38.6. Okay. And then here I can also apply where this and date between. So how will I write that? I'll say 2020. What was the dates here? So if we check this, the date was starting from 2016. So this is the format in which we write our dates. I will say where dates is 2016. So let us say 01, 01 and 01 31. This is my date. So this way it will give me what was the maximum temperature there. I think we have done some mistake. Select max temperature from weather where city is Mumbai and date between this and this. Okay. So what has went wrong? Hmm, okay, if I only execute this much, this giving me value and date between. So if I select star from here and I just take out this query for a while and only I keep the date part. Let's see if there are any records here. Okay, there are records for, okay, there are no records in January for Mumbai. That might be the problem here. So how about we'll just change the city where city is Delhi or New Delhi and date between this, and I now say select max of temperature, which should be what in this case 39. So if I say max of temperature and if I execute this, it should say 39.1. So I select this query. Let us take this query in our code and try that out. So I copied it from there and I go back, write my query. Then I say statement stmt is equal to con dot create statement. Result set is equal to pstmt dot or statement dot execute query. And then I can say if rs dot next, which is basically checking if there is any record. If there is already, I can say what can I say is for the city, the highest temperature for Delhi in January 2016 is plus. I think that value should be get float. Why? Because we are getting a float value here. So it's and yeah. Else I can say no records found. No record found. Okay. So this way I create this. Let me try to execute and see what happens. So I run this file. I'm expecting an answer of 38.1. See, 39.1. So this is how we figure out how do we write our first, like this is how we first write the query and then try to execute it from JDBC. So this was your first practical in JDBC section. I've shown you how to set up Postgres, how to set up everything. I will drop the link in the chat box. Also, I am pushing this to the Git repo, so you will find the link to the Git repo also in the description box. Check that out and comment if you want this in MySQL. If your college supports MySQL, I can redo this whole setup with MySQL as well. And if you want with any other editor, I can help you out. You just need to post it in comment and please let me know if these videos are helping you out. Then I can create much more videos for you like this. Thank you. Please subscribe to that channel and bye.